Good evening all, it is Tuesday night. I am Rob, your hopefully gracious host here on the Sci-Fi Sleek channel. I know I've still got I'm putting the right way, the GM Radio Rob logo up there. I will have to commission a Sci-Fi Sleek one at some point, but in the meantime, it will do. My good mate Sally is having a nice quiet evening in. She's had a busy day, doing a bit of cleanup around her place, so yeah, she's taking a little bit easy tonight. That's no problem. I was also thinking of saying, you know what, stuff it. That actually sounds like a bloody great idea. I think I'll take it easy too. And then I thought, oh well, what the hell. Greetings, Snakewise. Good to see you. Glad you are here. Yeah, I am here in Elite Dangerous as my stream 2-3 weeks ago. Not sure how long. But I am here in my, of course, get the rear end of her. The brand new Panther Clipper Mk, which I have decorated in the elusive pink paint scheme. No, I decided I was feeling in the mood for a nice chill stream. And I was actually even thinking of going and doing Space Marine 2 for a little bit of single player, but again, it just felt a little bit too, too high energy for me. So instead, I thought, what the hell, let's give this a go. I'm not nudging my mouse around. Right at the moment, I am doing some cargo runs for the group that I'm part of. There are a couple of folks in there who are building some stations in game, and I am just trying to browse. Let's drop out a camera view, and yeah, just helping someone get a base built. So where are we? Here we go, the planetary construction site, which I'm pretty sure is in the same system anyway. There we go. I'm currently docked at Halley Beacon, and one of the EDA group's veterans is building out the base station for a racetrack, an SRV racetrack, which suddenly seems to have become one of the things in Elite Dangerous of late. I think they even had just recently a big race event called the Drachia Rally, which was promoted on the Lave Radio podcast, and a bunch of folks were tooling around in that. It was good fun. So, let me see. I'm just having a look at the build list to see what they need some more of, and doing some little bits and pieces. I think I've been stealing some stuff from the folks who've got smaller cargo capacity than I, because Panther Clipper, whopping great. Let's see, and I am looking for lots of planetary bases. I need to quit being a coward and just go to planetary bases, because they're not really a big deal. So where am I heading? I want to get some ceramic composites, and I'm going to Decomp Enterprises in Shangbon. Now, I've been to Shangbon before, but I'm not sure whether I've been there since I did my last reset. Let me just switch back to Twitch view, so I've got the chat there. Obviously I haven't, because the system map is not showing. Yeah. That's over 5 years, Snakewise. That's, you know, a good amount of time. I had a pretty long break as well. And then I got back into it late last year, right around the time of the 10th anniversary and the end of the last, they just had a whopping great Thargoid war. Let's plot the route. Here we go. So I kind of missed out on playing in that. And you, from what I gather, you have to have specifically geared anti-Xeno weapons to have your best shot at going up against the Thargoids, which, for those of you who might not be familiar, are Elite Dangerous's mysterious and sometimes maybe often hostile alien race.
Detachment complete. You are go for departure.
Let's be a bit clever, shall we? Here we go. I should have gotten the liftoff sequence. Haha. Let's pull it back. And here is the space station what I'm leaving from. Oh, it is fun to do the cinematic bits. It's getting easier to do them in game too. So let's sort of do a nice cruise around and push in a little bit on the EMG-09, aka Everything Must Go. Good evening, Frere. And let's boost it back up. Actually, let's try. So yeah, I thought I'd just come in and do some nice relaxed cargo runs and help the help Tavares of EDA get his base finished. Kind of like that. It sounds like a I keep saying it sounds like a stinger from like an 80s or 90s radio show. Counting down the top 30. Here we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
And Frere, I did find how to do raids because my stream dashboard in Twitch on the Twitch website was recommending it to me. So I've kind of got that ready to go. We will see who's live when I pop off. Thank you very much for that suggestion. But anyway, Snakewise hasn't had any concerns with the stream. I'm assuming everything is looking pretty copacetic from your angle as well, Frere. And are you planning on going live as well later on? So, where was I going in Shangbon? I was looking for Decamp Enterprise, which is on which planet? Shangbon 3, okay. Let's have a look. There we go. Well, I don't want to set target. I want to have a look at the planet and find Decamp Enterprise. There we go. Thank you very much for the check, Snakewise. I very much appreciate it. And Frere, no problem. Get some food down your neck. I did that a little bit earlier on. Close enough that it's not much point doing any Super Cruise assist. But yeah, Snakewise, they've made a bunch of changes probably since the last time you played. I can't remember when the Odyssey expansion came out, but it's added what gamers call space legs in. You can actually get out of a ship and walk around both on bases and also on planets. So I might even do that for you once I'm landed, and I'm starting to think I should have got myself a glass of water because I'm occasionally feeling a bit dry in the throat. I don't have the phone on my microphone as usual because, yes, indeed. Would I lie to you? If it were funny, maybe, but I don't know. I don't think that's all that funny, so I can't see the humour value in that. So let's see. Did they have the capability for you to land on planets back then? Probably. I think Horizons added it in. You could get out in your SCV, which was still kind of sitting in something. Here we come.
Flight engaged.
And I don't know if you recognise the voice there here, Snakewise, but if you're a fan of a certain British science fiction comedy show from the late 80s and a good chunk of the 90s, you might just recognise the voice of Norman Lovett, who of course played Holly in the first series of Red Dwarf. Holly being the artificial intelligence that ran the ship. So of course it's the voice address system that runs my ship. Here we come. Don't need to turn night vision on. I'm sure I set the filter on so that, here we go, going into glide. Okay. Can we bring this? Yeah, here we go, bringing it to a stop. And, let's signal for landing.
Submit a request before docking and enjoy your visit, Commander. Landing permitted. Adjust heading for approach to pad 1-2.
Alright. So we can see the base here anyway. And I'm kind of pointing right. Alright, let's let autodock handle it. Sometimes with a big bus like this, I wish I had, should have thought of that and actually maybe ordered some vindaloo from the local Indian place. Although I do have to love, I don't know how well you can see it, but yeah, waving the mouse pointer around doesn't help. But on the right hand side of the cockpit, let me see if I can, here we go. I'll center it in the middle. You can see this little thingy on the dashboard. I can't really zoom in, but yeah, you can see it a little bit, and when I'm not looking directly at it, it's the original model of the ship that I'm in from Frontier Elite Dangerous 2, which had appeared, which is the first Elite game that the Panther Clipper appeared in, although technically this is the Panther Clipper Mk 2. Ooh, can I? I should have thought to drop back so you could see the awesome landing gear sequence as it did its thing. Alright. Well, first thing I will do, before I forget, commodities market. I am here. Well, I'm not here to fuck spiders. Funnily enough, it's like, I know that's an Australianism, but I've actually got a South African, an Afrikaner manager at work who actually uses it more often than I've heard it used in ages. So yeah, ceramic composites I'm after, and I need 4,713. They've got plenty. The maximum I can take on board is 1,072. So I'm just going to load the hell up, make a few runs,
Cargo hold
and
maximum capacity.
let us... okay, because it's not a settlement, it's an actual base. So I'm not actually going to get out on the surface of the planet, but I will still be able to demonstrate the space legs function for you, Snowquires. Let's turn the game controller on. I love it. I've got 3 sets of controllers. I've got my sticks, keyboard and mouse, and I've got my Xbox game controller. So this is... Here we go. Here's my big ship docked. And all the way down there, they give you unlimited run without having to worry about stamina when you're in your hangar. For situations like this, when you've got a large bloody ship and getting all the way to the lifts is, yeah, it's a bit ludicrous. Oh, one thing I better do while I think of it. Options. Audio. Music volume. Streamer mode is on streaming. Good. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. It just makes sure that I don't play any, or the game doesn't play any copyrighted music. You know, not that it like plays top 40 tunes or anything like that, but some of the stuff that plays here in the bar can, I think, yeah, the licensing for the music is not as broadly licensed as the general game music. But yeah, check it out. Here I am, walking around. Let's do the camera thing again. This is me. Not looking where I'm going. Okay. What? Okay, that doesn't quite work. I'll have to go backwards. Let's see, can I go backwards down the steps? Yes, I can. I can go backwards down the damn steps. There we go. So let's drop out of camera view. Well, glad to be introducing you, Snakewise. And depending on the base, it may not have everything you can otherwise access. Hey, Sook. The dogs come in, so to keep me company. You're most welcome. So yeah, they have a few functions that are available to you. Of course, you've got the bar.
Interested in a job? I'm just looking for the right person to do a wrong thing.
And you can even pick up jobs. And depending on the bartender... We got a bartender here? Yes. The bartender might also be engaging in some...
Can I help you? So how may I be of service today? Feel free to browse my wares.
So yeah, you can get various... Well, chemicals, chemicals I don't need. Circuits? I'm not sure what I can use circuits for. I think that may relate to some of the on-foot gameplay elements. But yeah, you can talk to the bartender and do shonky stuff, or you can even, you know, if you are playing in open, you can potentially socialize with other players here and just, you know, check out the view. It's pretty cool in some ways. You've got Interdicted, which allows you to... Oh no, Vista Genomics, which, again, it's a gameplay loop I'm yet to be involved in, but you can trade exobiology data that you can get from surveying planets for a lot of money.
Mind, I see.
I'd like to sell my organic data. How much have I got? None! That's how much. Yep,
Is that
exit.
everything?
Yep, that's the lot.
Feel free to return once you have gathered some biodata.
I'll quit rubbing it in. We have Interastra over here, which is where you can not only buy ships, but also... Or maybe not. So yeah, they offer engineering materials, which never a bad idea to have. Viscoelastic polymer 4 units. Ooh. Okay. You know what? Let's have a bit of fun. Can I take this? I think I can take this. Goods, personal documents, which I don't think should take up any... Must have adequate inventory space. So inventory space. Okay. Alright. And that's letting me know that there's another mission in the same system. I'm not going to faff about with that. I'll just do the one to show off a bit more on-foot gameplay. Have I missed anything? Pioneer Supplies. Oh, they do have a Pioneer Supplies. There we go. So again, this shop relates more to on-foot stuff. It allows you to buy suits for your character, as well as weapons. So there is actually a first-person shooter mode in this now. Which, I don't know, if you're a hardcore FPS nut, it's a bit ho-hum.
You don't want to be caught unprepared.
So here you go. I think I've already got a Maverick suit, and a Grade 2 Maverick suit for that matter. All of which have different capacities. I'm not too worried. Purchase weapons.
None of these guns will let you down. Anything else I can do for you?
And apparently you can even upgrade, but I'm not going to
I'll be here if you change your mind.
Okay. Oh, no, I don't need to crouch. Nothing to hide from. Can I jump? No. Not in here. You can't jump in here. So you get in the lift, you go down to the hangar, And again, it's a bit of a walk. So no longer are you just restricted to camera mode for looking at your new ship, or your ship, new or old, but you can walk around and bask in its awesomenessosity. Yes, of course, there are always pirates and space raiders to combat, on foot and in space. I've done a few bounty hunting missions in my time. God, look at them whopping great thrust nozzles. I mean, you can kind of stand under one of them. Each one looks like they're about as big as a person. Ooh, me. Don't want to be yawning at you, folks. Okay. One thing that they are yet to add, space-wise, despite regular community clamour for it, you can only board your ship through this blue circle, even though there is this ramp and this enticing set of doors. They don't actually work. Hey, hello, Freya. Glad to see you back, mate. You just have to stand in the blue circle and hit X, and in you go. So there are not fully realised ship interiors a la Star Citizen, and I don't know, I'm not too worried. I think we have enough. You can still look around your cockpit and look at this spacious interior. Fuel up. And while the ship handles takeoff, I am going to find our set down location. Here we go.
Ship released, clear for ascent.
Auto launch deactivated because stuff it, why not? So, roll over again. We'll do a couple of boosts. It's a little bit like that, Snake-wise. A fair bit has changed. I might have to hop into a ship later on that's a bit more familiar to you. Okay, we're out of mass lock, so there have been a few.
Flight path is clear. Flight control signing off.
So Freya, when you say you've got to build one of these, you're talking about outposts or a Panther Clipper 2? Which, I mean, I know you can't build ship, but still, just thought I would ask. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and Snake-wise, that's another thing that they've introduced. They have, well, I don't know if they had the in-game currency when you were playing. I'm pretty sure they did. Called ARX, A-R-X, which probably when you were playing you could use to buy cosmetics for your ship, both paint jobs and physical add-ons. And they, within the last couple of years, have released some new, have released pre-built ships. Ooh, okay. In that case, I'm going to do a scan while I'm here. So I seem to be discovering things. Let's speed it up a little bit. And pre-built ships kind of come in two flavors. There are existing ships that are built to what they call jumpstart kits. So they will give new players or people who have not tried a particular gameplay loop a ship that is not the best, but it's capable in terms of what they want to do. It also, as I understand it, if you buy the ship, you can potentially spawn it in anywhere, although you have to get rid of it in its current location, and if you've done any upgrades on it in terms of engineering upgrades or replacing parts, they of course will vanish and you'll just get the build that you purchased back. They've also started doing, and this is the ship that I'm playing at the moment, early access to new ships. They started doing it last year, and this is the 6th ship that they have put out in early access. Oh. Hey, Aussie Rob. G'day, g'day. G'day, g'day, right back. Good to see you. Thank you very much for coming in. As it says on the label, I'm having a chill night of doing some Elite Dangerous streaming, just doing some cargo runs and showing off on-foot gameplay for one of your fellow viewers who hopefully is still around. It's showing me only 2, but glad you came along, glad you followed. This is a very relaxed stream tonight. I try and do relaxed streams generally, but I'm feeling in a very don't want to push the grey matter mood tonight, I will say. Okay, we're coming into glide. So hopefully this should take me in nice and close. It was feeling like that, I think. Here we come. So yes, the Panther Clipper Mk is the latest in these early access ships, and again you can pay arcs to get it, and you can also pay extra arcs for what they call the Stellar Edition, which is components. If you're familiar with Elite Dangerous from back in the day, components in the ship are rated from E to A, and if you buy the Stellar, it's almost everything is A rated. And it also gives you some extra cosmetics, an extra paint job, and some options with customizing the exterior. Alright.
Docking request denied.
What do you mean request? Oh, don't tell me. Bugger. Oh, alright, I'm going to have to do this manually after all. Yes, I did see that. I think I might wait until that one comes out in general use. I'm not too worried about the mining ship, even though mining is a gameplay loop I am yet to try. I might just wind up buying myself a Type 8 and outfitting that for such first. Okay. So, lower landing gear for auto landing. Let's see how close I can get. This looks good. Alright, let's slow it down. Lower the landing gear. Alright. If we back her up a bit.
Landing gear deployed.
Come on, baby. This looks flat. So what was it that brought you to stepping away from the game back then? Just the complexity, or, I mean, my assumption, you to answer. Ah, Frere, I would very much appreciate that one night. What is this unsuitable terrain bullshit? Look at it, it's flat. It's flat, it's nice. Ugh, I tell you. Okay, come on. Let's go over here a little bit. This is going to be... I know it's going to make, actually... Alright. I'm going to chance it. Yeah, I'm just going to bloody land this shit. Ah! Drivers can be a right royal pain. Alright, no, it's not going to let me friggin' land, is it? Okay. What options have I got in the area? Yeah, I know. I'm backing out, backing away. Yes. Not going to hold the landing pad. And of course, this is one of the annoying things. if you'll forgive me. Search. Set up USB game controllers. T-Flight HOTAS 1. Properties. 5.8 axis mode. Thank you. Okay. Okay. That's better. That's more like it. Okay. Come on. Oh, wait. There was a brief blue flash there. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, it's doing it. It's taking me in. Oh, okay. Bring me in. Come on. Bring it down. That's it. And, thank you. Okay. Might be a bit of a walk, but that'll be alright. No worries, guys. Well, I mean, everything seems to be going okay. I'm running a 7800, an RX 7800X. And this is in, even though the stream is 1080p, on my screen I'm outputting 1440. So yeah, have a look. I'm on foot. Well, I didn't do everything manual, it was semi-auto. I'll be curious about a mining build for a Type 8, but any suggestions are certainly welcome. Chuck me something on Edsy, either in the EDA group or in my... put it in my thing. See, the wording's not working, hence wanting chill night tonight. I've got a section for it in my Discord, specifically playing Elite in space games. Pilot shop talk, whack it in there. Well, absolutely, but it was still letting the ship handle it part way in terms of landing there. It was picking out a decent landing zone for me, even if I was also trying to find something. Ooh, hello. Yes, they have drones too. Hard to tell which end's the front end. They might be checking me out, I don't know. Okay, so that was the front end. Okay, fine. Okay. So here is the normal landing pad, in which case I'd better... You know, someone might decide to land on. Oh, there's another ship. That might just be patrol. Is that thing following me? Is pretending not to? I'm paranoid. I have no objection to a Python 1. I reckon the Python 1 is a better looking ship than the Python 2. And if I'm after a mining vessel, I'd be willing to get over my centerline seat snobbery and get a Python Mark 1 and outfit it for mining. I'd be happy to do that. So, this dude over here...
Wait, Commander.
Yep, okay.
Stay still, alright?
Yep, not moving. It's so touchy.
Okay, nothing's come up. Go on.
I love the northern accent. Or maybe it's Midlands, I don't know. Whatever it is, I'm butchering it at the moment, I'm sure. Okay, so I need to find Alexander Rosa, and I should be able to. Yeah, hi. Where's the damn terminal? There should be a terminal around here. Or is it all the way... No. Okay. I am getting confused. There should be a terminal of some kind around here.
Try that again.
Didn't try anything. Ah, bingo. There we friggin' have it. Alright. I want the staff list. And I want to ping Alexander Rosa. So Alexander has been added to my waypoint. I'm going to back out. Really? Right there. Oh, there you go. Ah. And because these are typically low gravity worlds, when you do jump, you get a bit of an up, up and away. Woohoo! Check that out.
Make sure you stick to the rules.
Yeah, fine.
Hey,
Just the person I was waiting for. Your contractor told me you were coming.
Sometimes the lip sync is not all that great. And, oh. I can move it with the stick,
keep your distance.
but it's not letting me... Alright.
Excellent. Just what I needed for my work. Thank you.
Sometimes
Hold
lip
on,
sync's a bit
Commander.
dodgy, as you can tell. Who's scanning me? Where? Oh, there.
It's all
Right.
about your business.
Yeah. Oh! Ah, perfect. There we go.
What are you
Is...
doing?
Sorry, did I bump into you? Must have. There we go. There's my ship. So let's go the long way around a little bit. I really do appreciate them
Nothing
adding
to report.
on foot. Can you get through here? Looks like you can. To this game, it just being stuck in my cockpit at all times. As much as this is a space flight starship game, see they have a few problems with the lighting engine. Shadows can be a bit dodgy at times still. Whack it in the Discord, Frere. I'm not sure what my thing's policy is at the moment on pasting links into chat. So yes, some people, they look at this and they see a crouching big cat. Others look at this and they see a frog. I can see both. Not me, not I. I came into the game. I don't know if I came into it later because I know I was playing in 2016 for a little bit. I can't remember. Cat with pointy whiskers. Yes, here we go. I still get very much an Nostromo vibe off this little bit off the schnoz, which is optional, but I like it there. Yes. Oh my god, I mean, looking at this thing, let's see, what are the references that I have seen be mentioned? I mean, when I first saw the trailer for it, with the arrangement of the engine nacelles, I started thinking Prometheus, from Prometheus, the movie by Ridley Scott. And some other folks, the two that leap to mind are this toy from the 80s called Big Track. The hull of it looks very much like the main section of the Big Track. And then someone, let's see. Let's see if I can show off this thing's takeoff sequence. Okay, let's go to ship controls. And then... So check this out. Oh, hang on. Of course, what I have to do... So I'm just going to... I don't know. I'm going to do a quick bit of showing off again. There's the landing ramp at the bottom still unretracted. And let's get... Okay, no, that's a... This side's a bit dark. So let's go... Let's stay on this side. I do love the camera utilities in this. Alright. So I'll swap back. And... check that out. So they're putting some funky animations on some of these new ships. The Cobra Mark V has an optional animation, these little wingtips that pop up and down. So let's swap back. And apparently the new Type 11 Prospector is going to be animated as well. They haven't showed off how just yet, but they've said that it will. And, okay. So I believe I've got to go back. Yep, mission done there. That's right. I've got to go back to the Camp Enterprise to turn that mission in. So, let us line her up, and then we'll go.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Wrong button.
Frame shift drive.
I do this all the time with these bloody flight sticks. Thank you very much, Freya. I appreciate it. I will... Okay, escape vector is up.
Ready to engage.
Here we go.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
And another thing you can do in ships nowadays is that frame shift drives come with an extra mode called Super Cruise Overcharge, which do this. Put you into light speed and also make you go very bloody quick, though as you can see, they burn a fair bit of fuel. And as you can probably see, I am now over 5,000 light seconds away from my destination. All of the newer ships that have come out from 2024 onward are optimized for Super Cruise Overcharge, which means that they are reasonably stable. Let me try that again. So hands off the stick, you will probably notice now that there's a bit of wiggle. So I'll shut that off. Whereas if you're in a ship that's not optimized for Super Cruise Overcharge, the wiggle is much more pronounced. You build up a lot of heat. I think those are the two main things. Much more uncontrollable and heat build-up. And something else you can do. They now have modules for what they call Super Cruise Assist. So you can set a destination, point your nose toward it, turn Super Cruise Assist on, and it's kind of an autopilot. It will just take you in. Yeah, much more likely to overshoot. You have to watch that. Tempting thought, Freya. Like I said tonight, I want to help get Tavares's Webport base station in some more supplies. That's actually what my cargo hold is full of at the moment. Ah, okay, shall do. We will queue something up. I'll have my people talk to your people. To lunch. Ciao, babe. Okay, on the wrong side of the planet. This is one of the downsides of Super Cruise Assist. It, especially when you've got ground-based installations, it can get very finicky. So I'll turn it off. Here we go. Now let's not come in too fast because I don't want to smack into the terrain. I already had to do a rebuy on this, so when you buy early access to a ship, it unlocks it in the game for actual in-game credit purchases, but it means that the ship that you buy can't be like sold and then respawned anywhere. You have to, if you sell it, you get money back for the sale, of course, and then you have to be in a location where they then have the ship for sale if you want to buy it again. And also, if you lose it due to pirate action or what have you, or, you know, accidentally crashing it into the surface of the planet, then, yeah, you have to pay the rebuy. Which for this, here we go, is 29 million, almost 30 million credits, including all the upgrades that I've done on it. But thankfully I've got a budget of over 1 billion, so I can soak it a few times. Not that I want to.
Orbital flight.
I'm trying to keep the nose up so I still keep a decent speed. Because I don't want to be... One annoying thing about the way this cockpit is set up. You can't quite see it behind the text. Lurk away, my good man. Always a pleasure to have you around. Even if you are being a little bit invisible. But, yeah, underneath the text, you can see... You can sort of see the range countdown. And one digit of it is over a bloody hot white button in the cockpit. Which makes it a bit hard. And I don't know whether that was an oversight or whether they kind of looked at it and went, you know what, nothing is perfect. It kind of says, look, yeah, somebody in-game fucked up with the design, and I don't know, it's, I kind of like, I recently unlocked an engineering game called Marco Quent, and one complaint I've seen a lot about him is that he is a right pain to unlock, and he is a little bit complex to do so, for not much reward. And then there's a bit of me that goes, you know, there are people saying, oh yeah, why don't they fix it, why don't they, you know, up the reward, and there's a bit of me that kind of goes, well, if you fixed it, it would be one less thing to talk about, you know? And I think it kind of, it gives us all a little bit of something in common. Here we come. Okay, so the Camp Enterprise, thankfully, there we go, within 7.5 kilometers, docking request granted. Oh, that bit reminds me. Echo Mike Golf. I put a video up on my YouTube channel, which is Rob Farquhar, R-O-B-F-A-R-Q-U-H-A-R. I know I said that really quick and you probably didn't have a chance to write it down. But it was called The Most Underrated Tool for Immersion in Elite Dangerous. And I've been a bit sporadic in terms of my YouTubery, and I've decided to give it a rest just because it's a bit of work, and I find that I don't care enough about it to want to keep doing it, especially when I've got some other priorities going on. I was thinking this is taking a while. Oh, we are dropping. Altitude meter is decreasing. Okay. And all of a sudden lost train of thought. Yeah, it wound up being the most popular video. It keeps getting views, maybe the somewhat clickbaity title, no, you change it, helps there, but it was all about my discovery. I can't remember if I discovered it or if I was told. I think I was told that you can change
Landing successful. Dispatching ground crew.
the responses that you get from large enough settlements and space stations. That Echo Mike Golf is either based on the first three letters of your commander's name, in which case it would be Sierra Charlie Indigo for Sci-Fi Sleek, or the first three letters of your ship, or the first three letters of its registration code. And I set it to registration code because I just like that idea of a traffic control service calling out the way actual, I believe, the way actual air traffic control towers, the operators call out the ship. They don't call out the ship, call out to aircraft. They don't do it by aircraft name. They do it by the tail number. I don't know, I've always kind of, I dig that idea. So I believe, let me just check, can I mark the mission done? Oh, yes I can. I can do it as done without actually getting out of the ship, which is nice. Oh. Okay, I don't need to up my reputation. The EDA Kunti League all love me. And yes, I'm going to say Kunti rather than Kanti because I know Australian, but I don't think Kunti, I'm pretty sure Kunti is a name in an actual language somewhere, and it probably sounds more like Kunti than Kanti. So suck it up, you can't stop being a pack of sooks. So I'll take the material rewards. I don't really need the money that much. Like I said, I've got lots of it. Ethics? Ethics? Don't talk to me about ethics. I own most of it. I have to credit Griff Rhys-Jones for that one. I didn't come up with it. Okay, anyway, point is... So I didn't actually need to drop down, but oh well. Point is, I want to get this lot to its destination, which I have bookmarked. There we go, and it's a favourite.
Landing gear retracted.
Restraints withdrawn. Make way for oncoming traffic.
Okay, so I can see on my little compass that it's basically below the horizon line, so I'm going to have to boost up, get out of mass lock, go to super cruise, use overcharge, and get my ass pointed in the right direction. And if you folks will forgive me for a sec, I'm going to get myself a glass of water. I really could use one. Alright, so already out of mass lock. Alright, I'll be back. I'll be back in a sec. Okay. Here we go. Alright. Out of mass lock. I think I was anyway, but...
Frame shift drive charging.
Still got to align with escape vector? Alright, there we go. Deciding to be nice to me. Oh, but yes. What could go wrong? Many, many things. Many things. I've crashed into suns and also gotten ganked by NPCs while doing things like that. Okay. Let's overcharge just to get away from the planetary surface. And wind it back down because you cannot go to interstellar frame shift while you are in super cruise overcharge. And here we go. Let's warm her up. Heat is unlikely to be a problem here. It looks like I have 5 viewers at the moment. Thank you all very much for watching along. I know I have at least one lurker. Would be happy to read the rest of you. So please pop in, chat, let us know how your day's going, ask about the game. I assume it's got something to do with gang killing, although it occurs to me now that you ask, there is a I'm suddenly thinking that wanker is involved in there somewhere. So please educate me. Educate me, for I'd be happy for you to do so. Okay, we'll overcharge again. So we'll see if we overshoot snake-wise. Okay, we'll hit the brakes. I'm going to overshoot. Yep. See, too fast. Move it back into the blue, and we're doing the loop of shame, peoples. Griefing wanker. Yep. Yeah, I always thought as ganking, I guess the gang implication made me think it was like getting mobbed by a bunch of people, but no, griefing wanker. So you can be doing it solo to somebody and you still count as being a ganker. Okay. Yeah, that explains that. Alright, let's slow it down a little bit. Yeah. My stick is stable. I don't know. I think if it's not elite dangerous if you're not having at least one loop of shame each session. And I know there's people say you can do a hotkey bind that drops your throttle. Oh yeah, 75%. Yes, I am, Aussie Rob. I am using a HOTAS. I am using the Thrustmaster T-Flight HOTAS 1. Let me see if I can lift it up into camera. Not quite. Yes, almost. There we go. That's what I am using. I know there are fancier HOTASs out there. including one. There's one that does tempt me because the throttle stick is actually, you can sort of roll it around to do three-dimensional vernier thrust, so you can go like up, down, right, that kind of thing. And I'm pretty sure that some of the folks in Elite Dangerous Australia have it. But I'm not too worried. This one does me. Yes, the VKB Space Flight Throttle. That is the one I'm thinking about. Oh yeah. Yes, Super Cruise, it's fun that it's so easy to do in Super Cruise Overcharge, which, kind of makes for a bit of a debate as to the practicality of it. That said, when you are trying to get to a planet or outpost that's 4, 5, 10, 25,000 light seconds away from the primary sun, yeah, it proves its worth. It really does. Apparently, and I've tried it on there, I have, my Xbox One X, no, S, it's a One S, is sadly not really working at the moment, and I'm debating whether to find someone who can help me clean it out, because it's probably got a whole freaking herd of dust bunnies living in it by now. Or whether to splurge a little bit of cash on an Xbox Series X, because, I have the cash, but it would take a hefty chunk out of my fun money. And given that I just spent a little over $3,000 on my new gaming PC, it kind of seems like not really worth it. I might get a used Xbox 360 though. That I'm tempted by. Even if it means we'll be able to play my Xbox One games. Not that I'm too worried, because I've got a fair few of them on PC now anyway. Okay, now, from memory, I'd better turn some friggin' night vision on here. Because, yep, this thing is in a crevasse. Alright, I'm a bit out. So we'll put all power into the engines. GOG, and I will say Steam, Elite Dangerous on Steam, Burnout Paradise Remastered, Steam game as well, Destiny 2, the Halo games nowadays, though there is something about playing Halo 3, and particularly Halo 3 ODST, on an Xbox, because I love the menus and the interstitials between levels on those games, and even original Halo. There's just something, having played them when they came out on the various Xboxes, there's something right about those load screens that not having them on Halo the Master Chief Chronicles, just, it's missing something, look, shootiness is happening. I'm going to stay out of that. I keep thinking as I do this, just boost and boost and boost and boost. This must be putting out one hell of a racket for these poor bastards in this canyon. I'm assuming that there's some sort of atmosphere here, even if it's not necessarily breathable. And that's probably why the base is built in this... Oh, for fuck's sake. It's on auto land and I'm still bouncing off the goddamn terrain. Tell you people. No, okay, no, I'm gonna take the blame for this. I'm taking the autodoc's fault. Completely and absolutely. Nothing to do with me. but I will also say thank goodness for GOG, because Wing Commander Privateer. Oh, I mean, I have played it on stream once. Probably ought to play it again sometime. Okay, let's even out. Actually, while I'm landed, power to shields. Okay, so construction services. Let's pay some stuff down. Ceramic composites. Well, stuff at transfer all. I've not got anything else. There we go. So that's made a bit of a difference. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to be a complete dick and take away from the folks who have smaller cargo capacity because they either couldn't afford early access for the Panther Clipper 2 or are objecting to it on moral grounds. If you've ever heard of a guy called the Yamiks, that's Yamiks, go look him up. He's a stirrer, but he's the kind of guy who he's not quite a stirrer for its own sake. He's one of these guys who has a very when he sees unfairness, it pisses him off. And he's not fond of the funding model that Frontier Developments have adopted for Elite Dangerous in sale of not just pre-built but early access pre-built ships. Sees it as exploitative. And, I put it this way. I don't know, I'm not really going to argue the point. I think there is a balance to be struck. And, I don't know, there's... I don't want to be one of those people who says, there are many worse things in the world, but sometimes complaining about the thing, trying to correct the things that you're passionate about is a good start. And just because there are greater injustices in the world doesn't mean we can't try and fix all of them. So, for better or worse, I have bought into early access for ships. I did it with the Cobra Mark V, I did it with the Gutamaya Corsair, and I did it with this, mainly because all of them are sleek in some way, and I just love sleek ships. Okay, I could be rabbiting on about this in flight instead of sitting here at the dam. Okay, so let me just do a quick. Where is the nearest place? I was going to go for copper because I can do that in a couple of runs, but I'm thinking maybe do steel or titanium because that's going to require more. And again, my larger cargo capacity. I think I like to leave a sense of accomplishment for the folks who have those smaller cargo capacities and can knock that stuff over. So, where is the nearest place to get some steel? And ideally... Oh, Marsden's Legacy has plenty. Alright. Let's go there. And I'm pretty sure I've been there. I'm sure I've been there. What since 54? Unless I made a typo. Yeah, there we go. I've been there, so I've got it because I've got access to the system. So, Marsden's friggin' Legacy. I don't know. Maybe he did something silly with the apostrophes. Okay, exit. Fuel up. Auto launch. Ooh, looks like that's an ASP coming in. Don't know if it's a player ASP. Somebody's ASP. You know what? Let's be a bit naughty. Let's see if I can get a lock on this guy while I'm backing out. ASP Scout. Okay, no, it's an NPC. Okay. I just checked somebody's ASP out. Yeah, I'll stop now. Okay. Alright, I need to get out of mass lock, so let's put the energy back into engines. Love this hat button on this stick, it's great for this. Yes, snake-wise.
Frame shift charge detected.
Okay, that's where I want to be. Okay, so I guess early access, maybe in and of itself, is not necessarily a competitive advantage, except lately, you know, the ships that they've put out, they're the only ones that at least have Super Cruise Overcharge, although 5 of them now are in general public purchase, so you can buy them for in-game credits instead of only with out-of-game currency.
Frame shift drive charging. Frame shift drive charging.
There we go. If you get the Stellar Edition, you are paying money for A-rated components, so there is a bit of a leg up there. And same thing with any of the jump starts. You're not having to go through that rigmarole of getting the ship and then working out how you want to build it, if you want to put that much thought in, finding where all the A-rated parts are being sold, which thankfully with the website Inara, which accesses the back end of Elite Dangerous via API, is much easier to do. Then going to these places and, you know, perhaps going from star system to star system, station to station, and then equipping them. So there's like a time investment that is removed. Also, there is 0 rebuy. So if you saw earlier on, let's point my ship in the right direction. I'll just kick off that. So while that's happening, you see that there is the rebuy cost. So if I wreck this ship, I've got to pay that amount in insurance to get it back basically as is. Whereas pre-built ships, or any ship that you purchase for ARX, has a 0 rebuy, and you can, if you are away from it, for example, if you leave your ship in one place and then take another ship and go somewhere else, if you want to get your ship to your location, you usually have to either not just pay an amount of in-game credits, but also wait an amount of time to get access to it. I should be able to show you that at Marsden's Legacy. Whereas with the pre-built ship, you can just, again,
Disengaged.
delete it where it is and then spawn it back in where you are at no cost. Again, if you've made any changes to it, those changes are lost. You just get the pre-built configuration that you bought. But yeah, there is that sense that you are basically doing an end run around some core systems of the game. Why it does that shit, I don't know. There we go. I'll bring this in nice and quick. So, here we go. Yeah. So yeah, you're not really, further to your question about normal access, so some people say that there is a FOMO aspect to these ships, which, to a certain extent, the fact that they are eventually going to become available in the game kind of mitigates, but there is something about, if not FOMO, but, you know, getting in early, getting in now kind of thing. I want it, so I'll get it, and that, pardon me, sense that the game or the company is preying on that character flaw, you know, your lack of impulse control in order to get you paying more money, which is an interesting argument. I mean, it's a tough one. A game in and of itself is, to a certain extent, there's a lack of impulse control involved, or at least it's in that wonderful space of a luxury item that a lot of things that have, you know, genuine artistic value get lumped in. where, you know, it's not an absolute necessity on the bottom level of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, yet experiencing it can still enrich your life and make you think about, you know, improve your mood and challenge you, and if we're talking about art, make you look at the world in a different way. And art is always in the eye of the beholder. And hang on a second, so I could turn auto dock off, but with this big bus, there was always a question, you know, with everyone who was asking about bringing the Panther Clipper into Elite Dangerous, as to, especially as it's basically the biggest, it was the biggest vessel in Frontier Elite 2. So there was always a concern, would the vessel fit through what they call the mail slot, which I am about to pass through now. And of course it does, but it's a bit of a scrape, and even with auto dock on, I was about to turn night vision off, although I do like the green highlights a little bit. So see whether it does it. Oh, that could have been an adjustment, that might not have been. Even with auto dock on, I've noticed that it seems like the majority of the time, the ship still jolts the edge of the mail slot somehow. And if that's what it does on auto dock, I'd shudder to think what it'd be. Trying to get through it directly. Okay.
Contact confirmed. Clear to disembark. Enjoy your stay at our facility, Commander.
So I was talking about ships, and I've got a few. So here we go. Here is the Cobra Mark V. It is a fair way away. And here is, let's load it up. Here is specifically my Cobra Mark V. So this is, here we go. As you can see, it's a pre-built ship. It was, so the order of ship release so far has been the Python Mark II, oh yeah, here we go. The Python Mark II, which was a dedicated, which is a, come on, load the pretty image up. Yeah, a sleeker, funnily enough, even though in theory this ship ought to be right up my alley, I find its bigger brother, its older brother, the original Python, more sleek. I like its kind of more squarer lines. There's, I don't know, there's something about, you know, I don't mind my curves, but this just doesn't quite look right to me somehow. I don't know. So there was the Python Mark II. Then there was, if we back up, the Mandalay, which was, you know, a brand, kind of like pretty much a brand spanking new ship, not a variant of an existing one. Then there was the Type 8 Transporter. So the Cobra Mark II and the Mandalay were already out. Well, I think the Mandalay passed into general access not long after I started playing again, and I wasn't really interested in buying it via pre-build. The Type 8 Transporter, again, I don't have it pre-built, although I do have another one, and you know, I've bought at least one with credits. Kind of like it. Nice transporter vessel. And then there was the Cobra Mark V. And while all of the prior vessels kind of had cockpits that felt like they were tweaks of cockpits from other ships, this was the first one to basically have a full cockpit done kind of from the ground up for this ship. Because the original Cobra Mark III has left-hand drive, whereas this has a centerline seat, and that was one of the things that made me go, alright, I will buy early access. So I did get that. Then the next one to come out was talking about sleek, this big bird, the Gutamaya Corsair. So yeah, I was all over that. I just went, yes please, I will pay, I will shut up and take my money, Frontier Developments. And the most recent one, of course, is the Panther Clipper Mk, which is available for me to purchase if I want to, and the Everything Must Go is a purchased version because I bought the Stellar version of the Panther Mk. Here we go, morph the cat. So I could, and that's another thing. Let's, for example, have a look at Cousin Dupree, my Type 9 Heavy, which is a large ship similar to the Panther Clipper, although I'm pretty sure the Panther Clipper is bigger. I think the cargo capacity maxes out on this one a little over 700 tons, whereas the Panther Clipper is a little over 1,000, so it's definitely a larger vessel. It would cost me near on $1 million to get it shifted, a 20-minute travel time from where it is to here. Whereas, where are we? Morph the cat, again, it's only 9 minutes away, but 1,000 credits to shift it over. And it's the same thing with any of my pre-built ships. The Steam Power 10, no, not the, friggin', but yeah, if I transferred it, again, 1,000 credits to get, yeah. So there is this sense of, while, you know, pay to win is a simple term for a complex concept. And while there isn't really a win condition in Elite Dangerous, even though there is PvP combat, there is certainly paying real-world money for in-game advantage or to get some shortcuts in the game. So I can't, you know, I can't argue that it's not, that, you know, that the accusations of pay to win are not founded. I do think that perhaps it's not as big a deal in this game as in some games, but you could also make the stand that a bad thing is a bad thing no matter what. So how about we celebrate and push the you know, the good things? And people talk about, say, I'm waffling on. Let's load up with some steel. Let's get some steel in the hold. And keep doing the waffling while I'm on the move. What is the time?
Cargo hold.
It's already 8:30, for fuck's sake. Okay. We shall go back, Jack, do it again. Only made, now it's going to be after 2 hours and only 2 cargo runs. I've been waffling. Well, actually I haven't. I've been answering your questions, and I hope it's been, you know, informative. So I was about to mention No Man's Sky. I have never played it. And you know what, I think I'll leave the night vision on, because I'm leaving anyway, and I'm going to a place that's going to need the friggin' night vision. Oh yeah, you saw how I canted? So yeah, that little nudge on the way out, it didn't line up even with autodoc. There is something about, as I skip back, ooh! Almost said I wasn't, there is something about the, I hate to say realistic, because that's debatable, but the look of this, as compared to No Man's Sky, I do appreciate No Man's Sky's more colourfulness, but the feel, the overall slightly more, and I hate to use the word cartoony, it feels unfair, but cartoony for want of a better word, look and feel of No Man's Sky, it's made me go, it's not a must buy for me. Plausible, I guess, yeah. I like that. That's better sonate-wise. Plausible, yes. I like the look of this more than I looked at that more cartoony look of No Man's Sky, and also looking at the ships particularly, I just got the feeling that they were a little smaller, and I like, for example, my big buses. But the reason why I bring up No Man's Sky is that it's often put forward as a counter-example to the funding model that Frontier has adopted for Elite Dangerous, because No Man's Sky, they only sell the base game. The point worth making in that because I haven't actually selected where I'm going, that's why it's not working. And they have been, it's been out since 2016, I believe, so a couple of years after Elite Dangerous came out, No Man's Sky released, and it released after quite a bit of hype to very poor critical and general reception, from what I gather, because a lot of the stuff that they were talking about was going to be in the game wasn't there, and what was there was kind of an empty experience. It felt like, despite the variety and the procedural generation that was talked about in No Man's Sky, it amounted to, and it's a criticism that you can kind of level at Elite Dangerous to a certain extent as well, because it's a space game, there's a lot of space, and that space gets, you know, scene 1 star systems, scene 1 starports, seen them all. And I understand that sentiment, yeah. But from what I gather, let's get out of that zone I don't want to smack into. From what I gather, No Man's Sky, the folks who developed No Man's Sky, they didn't ask for any more money. It had already been kickstarted, I'm pretty sure, and then the game went on general sale. They basically went quiet and got stuck into the game, and within, I think they put an update out a year later that basically addressed a lot of the concerns that people had, and since then it's just been expansion after expansion, not charged for. But if you've not bought the game before and you want to buy it, you still have to pay full price, which I believe at the moment, I don't have Steam open in front of me, is about $90 Australian. So it's still priced as if it were new. But if you buy into it now, you get so much content, and presumably you won't get charged for anything else that they put out. I believe, and Snakewise, you will have to fact check me on this as a player, one of the points of difference between No Man's Sky and this is that No Man's Sky is not 100% online. Even if you go into solo play in this, you are still part of the broader background simulation of the 1-to-1 scale of the Milky Way galaxy that Frontier Developments maintain. So even if you never encounter another human being directly, you are still in a universe that is being influenced by the actions of the other players. And the choices that you make too can potentially impact them. So you're always online, even if you're not technically multiplayering. Whereas No Man's Sky, as I understand it, is pretty much a single player game that I believe you don't have to be online to play. There is an online mode that was introduced later, but your universe that you're playing in is your own, that is procedurally generated for you, even from the same building blocks. Even if you've got the same vast box of Lego, it's pre-put together in a way that's unique to your instance of the game. And the multiplayer component isn't a broad thing like this is. You can create an instance and invite other people into it, I believe, via peer-to-peer connection. So there's less of a need to maintain multiplayer servers or an MMO instance as what Elite Dangerous has. Yeah, I don't have Game Pass, Aussie Rob. And I'm trying to stay away from any more subscriptions than I really need. Like I said, my Xbox One has kind of packed it in. and even before it did, I wasn't really doing all that much multiplayer, or even gaming on it in general. It kind of became a YouTube and a Twitch box for my living room, because the YouTube client on my TV is for shit. So yeah, I tend to be a bit more of a, if I want it, I'll buy it. And sometimes if I don't want it, I'll accede to peer pressure and buy it, like I did with Baldur's Gate 2. Because Sally and I were going to play it on stream, and then it turned out that night it was going to take about 3 hours to download, so I went, eh. No, I've not refunded it because, I don't know, I'm not a D&D head, but I'm an RPG head and I appreciate D&D. Let's speed this up a bit. Alright, here we come.
Flight engaged.
As a long-time player of both games, they both had their pros and cons. I mean, yeah, ultimately, they are different games with different experiences. I will say I did mention the color palette in No Man's Sky, and if there is one thing about Elite Dangerous, is that its ships are pretty, but yeah, its space is, well, yeah, it's kind of spacey. So you do see distant nebulae and gas clouds and things like that, but actual pretty space seems to be a way out of the bubble, the rough approximate sphere of colonized space that most of the gameplay occurs in, which is still a minuscule fraction of the actual galaxy. So there's always more to discover. Okay. Alright. Let's see if I can line this up on that valley a bit better while I'm still in. Nah, okay. I'm not far though. That's not bad. Okay. It's that buzz, makes me think of a radio sting every time. Like some guy with an awesome voice is about to tell you what station you're tuned into. 256, that's a lot of galaxies. And 18 quintillion planets is a lot of planets. So, yeah. Would I get No Man's Sky? Right at the moment, if only because I'm feeling like my time is kind of precious, and I mean, my Steam library is large enough as it is. I mean, I just splurged on the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which technically I did have the Xbox One, which is working anymore. But I played through Mass Effect to Mass Effect 3 back in the day, and even though I played the original ending... Okay, I'm slowing down now, you see? I'm not coming in hot this time. There we go.
Request granted.
So here we go. Autodoc is handling this. Fingers off the controlsies. The old Stargate system of travel, yeah. And even then, I tried, when I got it for the Xbox, I tried playing it through again. I kind of felt like, you know, I've done all this before, and I know I've got all the extra content, but part of me just doesn't care that much not to... Even though I could choose different dialogue options and stuff, I just don't care that much. So, I don't know, I'm a little bit...
Docking successful.
I also want to get out of the house more often. And if I stayed in a lot more, I could probably justify more gaming, but I like getting out and meeting people and getting around Sydney and getting into the city. So, yeah. So yeah, before I waffle again,
Landing gear retracted.
let's...
Ship released. Engines engaged.
I wish there was a quick way to basically just go... check your history or go back to... I mean, in theory, I think those grey bars are meant to be your history, but you can't select shit. Unless there is a way in here in this frigging complex game that comes with dodgy manuals to just quickly go back to where you were before. Okay. Alright. That's right. Let's see if we can... M-A-R-S-D-E-N apostrophe S. Let's just try S. No. Okay. HR 2354. Let's go get some more steel. Do another run before I switch off for the night. I do try and switch off at 9 just because I believe in getting a solid night's sleep. Oh yeah. Yeah, like I was saying earlier on, Aussie Rob, that yeah, they just yeah, again, it's like, I don't know, I think there's a bit of me that would... I know it goes on sale often, but there's a bit of me that kind of just... I like their business model, and I'd rather support it at full price, you know? I'd like to go, you know what, dudes? Screw sales, here's my money. Here we go. You know, you took a punt on a product, you stuffed up, you have backed your play phenomenally, and you deserve to get the cash. Just because, again, landing in crevasse on night side of planet. Wait. Wrong friggin' thing. See, this is the other reason why night vision is on. I did try binding it at one point to one of the buttons and a hack combo, and the game kept forgetting it. So I was like, alright, fine, you don't want me to friggin' bind night vision thing and see if I care. It's a pain in the ass sometimes, it really is. Then again, that's what you get for allowing complex control models. Alright, let's slow it down a bit. Maybe not too much. Ugh! I was just thinking I could probably take this video and edit it down into something for YouTube and kind of like my thoughts on pay to win and DLC and Elite Dangerous. I mean, I think I put a video up about it anyway, but still. Only thing is it'd take a lot of editing, because this is going on for what? Almost 2 hours, possibly longer? That's one thing I will do. Yeah. What did I do that made it... Oh, maybe I didn't have it on. That's probably why. I forgot that I'd not turned it on. And I came here to look for something, and then I nudged the stick and then forgot what it was. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to do. Orbit lines off. There we are. Didn't realise for ages that you could just do that in there. Then someone pointed it out. I was like, oh my god. Here we come. So here we go. Here be the space station without all that night vision highlighting.
Northern Peterson, Echo, 9 Golf. Welcome to the station, Commander. Commence with docking procedure.
You know what? Let's be a little bit naughty.
Access permitted. Drop
Slow
route
it
from
down.
approach to landing pad 2-4.
And we'll bring around slow. Hoping I don't overshoot. That's one downside to this gorgeous set design cockpit. Is that unfortunately it's got alright lateral vision, but shit all vertical. So, whoa. Let's slow it down.
Maintain current vector, Commander.
And I probably want to be in the middle of the mail slot. I do try and keep by whichever colour. We're going to be good. We're going to be good. We're going to be good. We're good. No. So you see the shields are at 99%. There was a little bit of bruising. Landing pad 24, which is currently above me. I need it below me. And let's put the landing gear down. And we'll drop it down. God,
Landing
love
gear
my hands on
deployed.
throttle and stick.
400 meters from touchdown.
Again, I love how we get a bit of a northern accent there. Hey up, love. My family on my dad's side were Mancunian, so I figured I could get away with it. Also, my favourite doctor is Christopher Eccleston, so nah. There we go. Okay, that's kind of weird.
Landing completed. Engaging docking restraints. Enjoy your stay at our
1,000 or so
facility,
years in the future
Commander.
and you still can't escape glitches, what can you do, hey? Okay, so let's get some more steel. And there is something nice as well about helping somebody else hit their goal. Because this is another player's station. It's not mine that I'm helping build. But, A, these guys are going to be helping. But it's nice. It is nice to just help out. And who knows, maybe awesome stuff will... Yeah, I want to go back there. No, that's where I'm at the moment. I want to... Yep, bookmarks. There we go.
Landing gear retracted.
And of course I still have auto launch on because I'm not completely silly. And again, maybe I should have switched it off and, you know... I'll keep auto land off so we... Oh. Is it backing off just because I got a bit close to the slot too high? Was it backing off because who else is... Nope. Or else it would have said waiting in queue if someone else is trying to get in. Yep. Okay, well that didn't take anything off my shields, but I'm sure I nudged something on the way out. Oh, 6 viewers at the moment. Thank you very much, folks. Again, If you're watching along and you haven't made yourself known in chat, I would very much appreciate it if you do. I'm expecting I'll be around for maybe another 15 minutes. Though if chat kicks up, I might be around for a little bit longer. We will see. But I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing so far. I hope that you are... that I'm giving you a good, relaxing stream. Even if you've just got me on in the background while you are doing household bits and pieces or whatever else, and I'm kind of body doubling you, even if in a noisy way, while you get the things you need to do done, no one else is about, then glad I could help. God, this is, you know, visibility might be for shit, but it's still an awesome cockpit. Now, that's another downside about turning orbit lines off, is that I can't see the zone around that star, even though I know because of its colouring and because I've been here before to steer away from it. Super cruise again. Okay, well, yeah, killed it a bit too late. I was thinking get up to 500C, but no, that was way too fast. Should have killed it about 250, 300. Well, next time I will kill it at 250, 300. There might be another next time tonight. I reckon I'll have time to do at least one more run. Yep. Oops. It's 2 loops of shame. 1 trip. 1 destination, I should say. We'll see which side of the planet I come at it from. Yep, it's on the other side of the planet, but it looks like I'm lined up with it okay. The rumour was right. Good job I found you first. Uh-oh, I wonder if I'm about to be interdicted, as my mates call it. Okay, well, the good bit about the Panther Clipper 2 is that when it comes to interdictions, it is manoeuvrable enough, even with a full load, to be able to escape fairly well. This one's being a bit more of a struggle, but I'm about to top up anyway. There we go. Nice try, smart ass, even though I'm now pointed. See, this is why I keep night vision on. Well, you don't need to do anything snake-wise. I mean, although there are a few elite dangerous groups out there who I've no doubt be happy to have another player on board and help you get reaccustomed to holding the reins of a ship. So I would say at the very least make sure you get the Odyssey expansion, which is the only current paid expansion for Elite Dangerous. Everything that came before it is now part of the base game. But Odyssey is what includes the on-foot segments. Yeah. Indeed. Odyssey is the touchdown and go outside bit. I'm going to boost it in a little bit just so I can get to...
Docking request routed.
Oh, okay, so... we're doing this manually this time. So I'll drop the nose some. This is going to be a tricky one to come at because I've got that canyon wall right there. That said... so I'm on landing pad 2. Okay, let's slow her down and bring her around and drop the landing gear. First thrust.
Landing gear deployed.
This is why I wouldn't want to be a citizen at one of these places. All these idiots like me with their huge ships doing dodgy bloody landings. Oh, we'll let her even up. And just because I'm being picky, we'll adjust the yaw.
Docking successful.
Still slapped the ground a bit hard there. But we are down. And we are offloading some more steel. Transfer all. Even if the impact is a bit marginal, it's still there. Alright, so it is 8:53 and I feel like...
Ship released. Engines engaged.
Well, yeah, I think... isn't Horizons just part of... I mean, OG Elite doesn't anymore, but I think Horizons... if you buy base Elite, I think it comes with Horizons nowadays anyway. You can't buy it separately. Although I think you can adjust... the loader such that it will only boot up in original Elite, I think. Could be wrong. Oh, yes, and absolutely explore space docks and hang around in bars. Yes, I'm yet to do that in multiplayer. I've got to do that. Got to do that sometime. Have a session with some folks where we actually get off and just hang out in the bar. Even if it is a bunch of poorly expressive digital puppets just going, you know? I kept a bit of an eye on Star Citizen for a little while in the development, and I was impressed with the facial animations that they're putting in, but at the same time, I kind of look at it. Yeah, let's go to Halley Beacon in the same system. And as much as the faces are animated, when the rest of the body isn't, it just kind of... I just think it deepens the uncanny valley a bit, you know? Yes, no, as far as I'm aware, yeah. Like you said, Robin, I was about to say, Snake-wise, if you were a console player, development for consoles stopped a couple of years back. I don't even think you can get the Odyssey expansion on consoles anymore. You can still get Base Elite Dangerous, but... and I'm pretty sure it still taps into the BGS, but, did select that destination, didn't I? No, mustn't have. There we go. Thank you. Alright, let's SCO it up. I think I was pointing at the bloody horizon there for a second. That wouldn't be good. Alright. Slow her down. SCO it up again. Ah, okay. So in that case, Snake-wise, yeah, you won't have any problems. Maybe I've got... No. Maybe I do. No, no filters on, so in theory I should be able to... There we go. Yeah, so, yeah, they announced halting development for consoles before Odyssey was released. The sneaking suspicion that Odyssey's development and perhaps the lack of, maybe a lack of numbers on consoles wound up resulting in that. Night vision off. Yeah, turn auto dock back on. Stuff it. Alright, coming in now. Oh, looks like someone else is headed to Halley as well. It's not Regal, because that's behind me. Alright. So now I'm just going to get past. Ooh, if there's one downside to this station, I love spin rings like this on stations, except when I'm actually trying to approach or leave them from the... Yeah.
Access
actually access stuff?
Proceed to Bay 40. Automated docking initiated.
Landing gear deployed.
All right. So let's land her on. We'll go to hangar.
Docking complete. Commence power down. You are most welcome, Commander.
Fuel up, and I will do some, because I'm sure there's some general wear and tear on this big bird. Here we go, 60,000 credits worth. A little bit of paintwork needs a touch up, and general integrity needs rectifying. So that's done. Yeah, no. I don't know, I don't think I've ever been in a situation, and maybe this says something about the modern game, where I've had to look at individual items on my ship and prioritize which ones to fix and which not to. Then again, I don't do as much combat as players potentially could. So, yeah. Well, it is now past 9 o'clock, which means that this particular flight has reached its destination. Thank you very much for flying Sci-Fi Sleek Airways, or Spaceways as the case may be. We hope you had a very pleasant flight, that we kept you curious and entertained. Next flight will be this coming Tuesday, starting at the same time as always, 7 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time. hope that you will buy a ticket and hop on for then. Looking forward to seeing you in the well, actually, what do I usually say? Have a good time in the meantime. Oh, I missed there was some chat about flight sticks. Yes, Snakewise, good point about HOTASs. I would again yet recommend the Thrustmaster T-Flight HOTAS 1, which is apparently, depending on the model you get, this one is Xbox compatible. It even has a little switch that you can switch it between Xbox and PC. Well, yeah, but there are plenty of higher end options if you enjoy having more buttons and the ability to fiddle a bit more. Nothing wrong with that. But yes, folks, have a good time in the meantime. This is Commander Rob Farker, signing off.